Mr. Hibbins, are you sure the governor's in his right mind, wanting to free a man who has yet 5 more years to serve of his sentence?
Free? Did you say free?
A roughneck gentleman may settle for his old cell when he learns the price tag attached to the fresh air outside. Come along, DuVal.
Thank you, Hibbins.
Yes, sir.
Sit down, sit down.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I presume you remember me, DuVal.
Quite vividly, Your Excellency. I recall blight on humanity as one of your choicest phrases when sentencing me.
DuVal, let's get one thing straight. Your plea of self-defense after your last escapade had a ring of truth. That's why you're here. Lee DuVal, age 32, born New Orleans, educated in France, second-rate artist, first-rate gunfighter, some intelligence behind gun. Most of youth spent among smugglers, pirates, thieves. Too ethical to be actively involved or too clever to be caught. Still a question.
On the whole, flattering. However, the second-rate artist...
Suppose I told you, DuVal, that probation can be yours, that your remaining sentence can be served as a free man. DuVal, we've had something like 20 killings along this Texas-Louisiana border in as many weeks. Itchy-fingered gunfighters, crooked gamblers, thieves, all seemingly intent on exterminating one another.
They've always played rough along the bayou border. Nobody cared.
They seem to thrive on violence along that border, on gunplay. I've been asking myself, what would happen if we overfed them? If we sent a troublemaker among the troublemakers?
By troublemaker, you mean...
Exactly. Stating it bluntly, DuVal, I'm going to give you your freedom. That freedom depending from month to month on your ability to discourage undesirable elements from making the Louisiana border their playground.
Charming assignment.
I'm giving you no specific orders beyond creating as much mischief among the wrong people as you created among us a few years ago. Once a month, we'll expect a report on your activities. We'll evaluate those reports. The moment we feel that you're not doing your job, the moment I hear of you brightening up boudoirs in New Orleans...
You are asking me to ride a border country looking for trouble?
Give me 1 year of your service. 1 year of convincing those vermin along the border that we mean to make it livable. And we'll discuss a full and complete pardon.
Governor, 100 questions spring to my mind. One most important. What guarantee have you that I won't simply vanish?
My solemn word given to you here and now that I'll hang you the minute you unvanish.
An excellent guarantee.
We've had your clothes and guns sent down. Wear them. Live as a free man for the next month. And then make your choice. Fresh air, sunshine, or rotting in a cell.
They're all done, boss.
All right, Paul. Tell them we'll run the herd across after dark.
Right.
Well, I'd say your information is interesting, Louis. Not worth 3 cents to me.
But this is Lee DuVal, an artist who's a gunfighter. No, along the southern border, he's considered the best gunfighter before he go to prison.
Does seem a lot of fuss over the release of a gunfighter. Governor's secretary personally escorting him to the governor.
Bueno, his time is only half finished.
His prison sentence not completed?
Oh, I don't told you this before?
No, Louis. You don't told me this before.
Huh?
Now, why would a tart bird like the new governor be pardoning a gunfighter?
Well, because maybe he knows about everything about the Sabina River. You know, places where the stolen cattle are taken across. And DuVal will know about these things, no?
All right, Louis. We'll have a look at this DuVal. Maybe have a little talk with him.
Bueno.
Paul! Yo, get down there. Move. Get back down there.
That the man?
Say, he's got new clothes, new pretty clothes. Mira, Senor Canyon, you are worried about the man, no?
Worried? No. Curious, yes.
Bueno, you don't mind if I can convince the Senor DuVal that he don't need the nice clothes and the fine horse?
You're gonna take the clothes from a gunfighter?
A man who's been in prison a long time, he's take a long time to know how to handle their gun, don't you think?
Doesn't matter to me, Louis. I guess you get something coming for your trouble.
I will shoot him through the head, and not to dirty the new clothes.
But you wanted to talk to DuVal.
If Louis comes back wearing a new shirt, DuVal would hardly have been a man worth talking to.
Buenos días, señor. Buenos días.
Buenos dias.
Con su permiso. He's exquisite. The way this senor is dressed. My admiration is so, he's one to make me sigh.
It's always gratifying to meet a man of taste.
Muchas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. And the horse. The horse rides like one would say, the best. The best.
I imagine your next thought, my friend, is offering to trade for my horse and the clothes I'm wearing.
I like that. A pleasant word before business is for to make lasting friend. Don't you think so?
I don't know about his painting, but he's certainly an artist with that gun. An interesting man. I'll look forward to an interesting conversation with Mr. Lee DuVal.
Whiskey.
Mr. DuVal. I'm gonna lift my gun out. Slow, to show it to you. Remember back in New Orleans? Giving it to the kid who used to skip school to rub down your horse?
Deep preacher. About to $5, I say.
I growed some the last 3 years. Sure is good to see you. Sure good. How come you're on the loose? You ain't on the run, are you?
No, I'm not running, V.
That's good. Though it sure wouldn't be any problem hiding you out. We got this whole part of the Sabine River locked up good and tight. You looking for a job?
Right now, I'm looking no further than my next meal and a good place to sleep.
You're coming to my place for the best food cooked west of the Sabine by the prettiest wife west oist.
You've got yourself a grateful guest.
We'll be at my place when Ken comes back, bully. Right?
It's lovely.
Pretty, real pretty.
An injustice, I'm afraid.
You're very kind, Monsieur DuVal.
Oh, that'd be Ken. He checks fast on anybody new coming into town. Come right in and meet a real friend of mine. This is Mr. DuVal. Maybe you heard me talk of him.
DuVal? Dee, I never stop marveling at your good fortune.
Ken, I've been figuring since I saw Mr. DuVal ride into town today that he'd be just the kind of man you'd want across the river, running things over there.
I recall Dee mentioning you started serving a long prison term, DuVal.
8 years.
Time off for good behavior?
Probation.
Leave it to Mr. DuVal to get out the smart way.
Join me?
Thank you, not after coffee.
I heard about your release this afternoon. Since that time, I keep asking myself one question. I keep receiving unsatisfactory answers.
If I can be of any help.
We all know the new governor's not a generous man when it comes to exercising probation. Particularly in the case of gunfighters, whom I understand he has an aversion to. This is excellent wine. You sure you won't join me?
No, thank you.
A curious thought keeps popping into my mind. The governor has publicly stated he'll clean up this bayou country using any and all means at his disposal. Is it possible... Their wine and their women. Two products we have much to thank the French for. Eh, DuVal?
I don't classify a woman as a product.
Is it possible he'd send a professional gunfighter in here? A man bound by no law? One prepared to match gun against gun?
That would certainly be a novel method of coping with a police problem.
The new governor is a novel man.
Lee DuVal working for the law? I can just see the day.
Turning a man loose? Letting him taste what it's like to be out of prison? Probably develop a pretty strong taste to stay out. Eh, DuVal?
One does not acquire a taste for freedom. It's there.
Ken, what are we talking like this for? Lee DuVal wouldn't be working for the governor?
Certainly has every right to deny it. That he's not a turncoat. That our necks are not the price of his freedom.
I imagine all concerned here will feel more comfortable with my riding on tonight. Marie, thank you for the dinner. Much happiness, long life, and many children.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Wait! Tell Ken he's wrong. Well, tell him he's wrong.
Goodbye, Dee.
I'm afraid your good friend DuVal will shortly be searching for a soft spot on our backs. Choosing his time and place where to sink the knife.
Just don't make sense. Lee DuVal working for the governor.
He'll certainly be no match for you, fresh out of prison. A gun of his will be like drawing 10 pounds of iron. He's capable of destroying us, D. Just say the word, I'll take you off the payroll. No heartbeat.
This Monsieur DuVal, he's good friends with Dee, no? He would not hurt Dee, even for his freedom?
Freedom is a precious commodity, Marie, like love. Men die for it. And kill for it.
Whiskey.
I knew Kenyon would send you, Dee. I thought I'd wait here for you, rather than meet you on the trail where one of us might lose perspective.
We need a man across the border, Mr. DuVal. A man to manage cattle going across. Maybe you and me could go talk to Ken about it.
I'm afraid running a disposal point for pilfered beef is not in my line.
You'd be in bayou country. Nobody could touch you there, nobody.
Kenyon's worried about me. The fact I rode into a town he's using for headquarters. You can tell him it was only a coincidence. You can also tell him I'll be back in prison at the end of the month. I have neither the desire nor temperament to play a role other than Lee DuVal.
You know you can't ride out, Mr. DuVal.
I was hoping I could, without you at least trying to stop me.
Ken pays me real good. Never asking for nothing except I see it's kept quiet in town here. He pays me good, Mr. DuVal.
And you feel obligated to earn that pay now.
Ken put a roof over my head, clothes on my back. It ain't nothing personal. I like you real well.
Are you sure Kenyon wants me dead? Are you sure it's not you, Dee, once out of the way?
It's an old trick, Dee. He'll talk in the middle of a word and you'll be taking a bullet.
I guess it's better if we stop talking.
This doesn't have to be.
I just can't see no way out.
Dee.
I liked you real well, Mr. DuVal.
You only wanted his wife, Kenyon.
A rather wild accusation, DuVal.
You've taught me something, Kenyon. Taught me I owe you and your kind nothing. Odd when I think of it. Why I felt any kinship for people simply because they opposed the law.
Perhaps it was a game when you were younger, DuVal. The law was the stronger, therefore a challenge. Could be prison has aged you.
Here.
I was trying to kill you.
I know.
Paid to kill. A man does what he's paid for.
We'll talk about it later.
That was a pretty fancy shot you made. Sometimes it kills the shooter. You better get moving. They're going to be back.
I don't think so. Can I go?
Mr. DuVal, where will you go now? Far?